Wayne, and today we're going to take a look at that old classic Christmas carol, Angels We Have Heard on High. And I think we'll tackle it from the Alberti bass standpoint. It's pretty easy. An Alberti bass, as you probably know, is to take any chord, any three-note chord, and play bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top. And so the only two chords so far in that song that I just played are the F chord. I'm playing it in the key of F, by the way. It could be played in any key, but I'll play it in the key of F. And then I played the C seventh chord like that. Bottom, top, middle, top. Okay. By the way, when you play the Alberti bass on a seventh chord, you have to leave one note out. And so the fifth is probably the best note to leave out, because if you don't have a third, you don't know whether it's major or minor. And of course, if you don't play the seventh, then you don't have a seventh chord. And if you don't play the root, then you don't know what the chord is. So fifth is definitely the best note to leave out. So it would be like this. It would sound better if we did it higher. And you might want to depress your damper pedal a little bit, so that the pedal on the right, so that it all kind of meshes together. I don't mean push it down and hold it, but you know, push it down once in a while and let it accumulate a little bit, then let it up between chords. If we were in the key of G, then our two chords would be G and D7. If we were in the key of A flat, key of A flat would be the A flat chord and the E flat seventh chord. It's the exact same thing. Key of A, key of B flat, key of B, and so on. Okay, so it doesn't matter what key you play it in, but the principle is exactly the same. That's the neat thing about music, that the concepts are transferable from key to key. Okay, and by the way, the techniques are transferable from song to song. You could use the Alberti bass not on just this, but on tons of songs. Okay, and that's true of all the techniques that are available to any piano player. Okay, let's come back to in the key of F, and we played the first part. Now the second part goes like this. I think we'll add some left-hand run, so watch this. Walk you through that real slowly. It goes from the F chord to the D7th chord. So I'm going to, in my left hand, I'm going to go F, E flat, D. See, I'm simply walking the path between F and D. So I could go E natural, but I kind of like the feeling of the E flat chord, because that creates an F7th. This is D7th. Now, your left hand can go down just like I did first time. But if you do that, you're doubling the melody, because the melody does that. Okay, so that may not be a good idea. You might want to go, in other words, a little different. Now when you get to G minor 7th, you can walk down from G. G, F, E, D, C. Then when you get to F, F, E, D, C, B flat, B natural. In other words, when your right hand's busy maybe your left hand shouldn't do too much, but when your right hand's resting, then your left hand can do something. You see the logic there? Okay, there's some ideas on Angels We Have Heard on High. By the way, I've had a couple of comments lately on YouTube about my hands being ugly, and I'd like to explain that they're absolutely right. My hands are ugly, and but that should be an encouragement to you, because in the first place, I wasn't born with hands that are suitable for piano playing. My hands are little, and my fingers are short and kind of stubby, and you know, piano players should have long fingers and have, you know, supple movement and so on. But I was not given that, but it should be an encouragement because I've done fairly well even with the hands that I have. And the reason they're so ugly now is because I had a series over the last few years of 4 heart attacks, followed by a 4-way bypass. And since the 4-way bypass, the blood pools under my skin in my arms and hands. Okay, just a little explanation of why the hands look a little funny. But it doesn't bother me if it doesn't bother you, okay? So God bless you and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye for now.